PC gaming is probably like one of the most sought after things to get into, because while consoles generally age out after 2 to 3 years and always have a set amount of hardware, and you can mod them, but PC gaming, you can upgrade your computer and it can last for just a horrible amount of years. So, question being is pre-built computers gotten anywhere close to custom building? Before I go on, don't forget to like the video if you like the video and subscribe to the channel. Also, link is down below to the merch store. Go get some merch. So what I've done here is I've just went through, grabbed the top 10 featured gaming computers on Amazon. I skipped a good few that were sponsored because I'm not in it for that right now. I'm trying to find ones that are just the most featured by Amazon, because theoretically these could be really good for the price or complete dog trash. Let's find out. So the first one is from Legion, the Lenovo Gaming Center, which honestly, I love Lenovo. I'm a big Lenovo fan. My last few laptops have been Lenovo, so I have some hopes for this. So off the top here, we have a Intel 12th Gen i7 12700F. Is that F? I can't remember Intel's thing for real quick here. So the F is just meaning it doesn't have integrated graphics, and also that it's not unlocked. So you can't overclock this, which honestly I'm okay with. You don't really need to overclock most CPUs for most people's use cases. This one is a $2,300 computer with an RTX 3080, 500 gig SSD, 2 terabyte hard drive, quite a bit of RGB. I would call this a medium chassis. There, at least in the picture, has 4 sticks of RAM, but how much RAM is in there? 32 gigs. Okay, what speed? Does it say? DDR5 4800. Okay, you've gotten my attention. A 3080. It is wireless. Windows 11. 30 gigs of RAM. It's an NVMe SSD. Does anybody happen to know which SSD this is? There are no reviews on this. So there is some things that you really do like about going with a pre-built computer from a company, especially like Lenovo. Everything's under one warranty. The parts will all be covered by Lenovo depending on how many years the warranty is, which it is a 3-year limited warranty, which isn't bad. But some parts honestly don't show problems sometimes until year 4 or 5. Power supplies, which, how much wattage power supply is this? Because I don't think it said. I don't think that's right. Because that's usually where they skimp out, is the power supply for all of them. If it doesn't say what power supply, like wattage it uses, I'm probably going to say don't get this until you know. Because I know for a fact that most usually say it. Most people are buying an RTX 850 with this. Oh, yay. It does also give you a gaming bundle from Lenovo. I don't know what is all in the gaming bundle. I don't think it really says either, which is disappointing to me. Unless they're talking about the gaming bundle just being the computer itself. And that's pretty normal. Most pre-builts usually load you up with software. And most of that software you don't actually need. So a good thing to do after you buy a pre-built would be to go through and declutter it. Get rid of things that you don't need. For instance, for most people, you don't need a dedicated cybersecurity like Norton anymore. Windows Defense is honestly top tier now. So here's one from MSI. We got an i9 10900KF, which means it is no graphics and is unlockable. Already a step above. Twice as much RAM as the last one. Does it say what speed? I can get there later. 1 terabyte NVMe SSD and a 3 terabyte hard drive. Oh my god. A 3090 with a Windows 11. 3200. That sounds about right. 850 gold power supply. This is my thing. And also there's another 3-year warranty. So let's see here. Yeah, I'm not liking that ventilation. It's gonna have some want in the near need of ventilation. Like, that is a decent amount of ventilation area, but it's not enough for a 3090 and an Intel i9 10900KF. Oh my god. Let's see. It's an AIO with a 240, looks like. Pretty good. Off the picture here, it looks like it's decent cable management. We can't look at the back, of course, but maybe someone else has done us the favor. That motherboard's got decent cooling. $3,000. Okay, yeah, now I gotta look at something. $2,600 for a similar build with better cooling, most likely, considering I'm getting a Corsair. And oh boy, it's a $500 difference. This is gonna be exciting, isn't it? And I've got 8 more of these. All right, this is a first. This is a new case to me. It seems to be a Nook kind of an idea. This is a mini PC. Let's see what it's got here. Ryzen 5 5600s. It's a U, so that is a new APU. 16 gigabytes of RAM, 512 gigabytes NVMe SSD. I'm not surprised it doesn't have more, but a little disappointed it doesn't have like a terabyte. Let's see, 2 USBs and a Type-C with an audio port. And that is a interesting power button. Is that a volume button kind of thing going on? Let's say. It has 3 different modes, and it's based on how the button's turned. Interesting. You know, I've been debating on trying out like an APU and just seeing how it does. This is even more interesting. It has Wi-Fi 6 supposedly. I like it's funny that it says 4K, a mini 4K computer. I would not run 4K gaming on this computer. It would probably fry itself. At 1080p. Keep this in mind. This is at 1080p. Don't know the settings. This is at 1080p. 112 FPS, 109 FPS, 110 FPS, 58, 140. Probably medium if I were to take a stab. Fortnite, though, isn't that GPU intensive. It's more CPU intensive. So that's the front. These are USB 3.0 with a 5 gigabits. Type-C, fully functional with the display port. Ooh, really? Didn't mean to press that. 2 more USBs in the back, a display port with 4K 60 Hz, HDMI 4K 60 Hz, and 1 gigabit Ethernet with a DC power. This thing's powered by DC power for that little button thing there. How much wattage are you pulling? And what the hell am I looking at? Oh, I want to know so much more. It's running off Windows 11. What are the gig? What's the memory? 2x8 up to 64. It's 16 gigs. What is the memory speed it's running at? It is running at 2666. I'm already not okay with that. Ryzen does really well, exceptionally with higher running RAM. And you leave a lot of performance on the floor. Mind you, that could be because of all the heat that it's already producing inside of it. But off of that, it looks like it has okay cooling for a Nook kind of computer. Wait, it's not pulling air from the front, it's pulling air from the bottom and then going out. What's the point of the front then? Design? Oh God, what are the reviews on this, please? Okay. Shout out to this guy for giving me a look inside. That is actually really nice looking. Okay, Skytech is a company that is kind of been thrown around a bit when it comes to Amazon Prebuilt, so let's see how they're doing now. This is an i5 10400F, so not clockable, a 3050. Oh boy. I don't think the 3050 even beats a 2060, does it? 1650. It doesn't even beat a 660 Ti. Oh God. 1 terabyte of NVMe RAM, 8 gigabytes of 3200 RAM, and a 600 watt power supply. Gold rated though. This is just depressing now. That is a Intel stock cooler. Okay. Dwarfism in a computer is kind of funny. It's where you use a mini motherboard and a bigger case than it's meant for. You see how all these cables are just kind of strewn up, like kind of stretched apart, so you can just very much see them. Like, I know my cable management's bad. Look at that SSD cable. It's bent. Well, there's the SSD. That's an SSD. Was that? It says NVMe SSD. Hold on. Product images are for visual purposes only and do not indicate actual brands used. I'm sorry? So is this like a stock image you took and that you used like 10 of? And it's not even that. Look, they're using the same symbol on all of them. So this is obviously a Skytech computer. I'm sorry, but does this image need updated? And whoa, talk about dwarfism. Look at that GPU. That is a single fan GPU if I have seen one. HP Pavilion, I've actually seen a couple of these. They don't look amazing, but they are actually okay gaming computers from what I'm told. This one, not so much. Actually, it'd be okay. 1650. Where did that land against my 3050 that I'm now so curious about? A little under the 3050. Same amount of RAM. That is no amount of SSD space, so you're going to need to get a RAM, some storage in there ASAP. 10400F. This is... wow. I can almost bet you that when you get this computer, that all that 256 gigabytes of SSD space is going to be used by HP. I'm told they're very good at giving you some bloatware. I should say that it's not their fault they have bloatware. It's based off of deals they make with other companies. HP makes deals with, say, Windows, Norton, all this to get money to build these things. And they put their programs on these computers so that they can sell the computers with added protections. Or games. Ah, yes, Skytech with a 4500. I didn't look at the prices of any of these before I grabbed them. I just grabbed them. Okay, let's go. i9 12900K. 850 volt power supply. I will believe it when I see it. I don't see it. This also looks like a Leon Lee case. This is the 11D. Or at least it's supposed to look like it. What the fuck is this? That's the pump. Oh, God. A 1 terabyte NVMe Gen 4 SSD, 32 gigs DDR5, 360 AIO, Windows 10 instead of Windows 11. That's the first one I've seen that says Windows 10, unless Skytech hasn't updated this. So let's see here. This is another Asus looking one. This actually looks kind of the same as the last one we looked at. That is the most interesting AIO connector to the RAD that I have ever seen. I want this just so that I can look at it. I want to see if it's is that movable? Let's see. Do we have any dwarfism going on here? No dwarfism. Already doing better than the last one, but for a significant price hike. It is a 3090 though, so it's like $1,000 GPU. I don't know how much the i9 12900K is, but I doubt it's cheap. RGB control, because yeah. How much gigabytes? 32 gigs? 2.6, and it's RGB. Those are G-Skill RAMs. Those are Tridents. I know that look anywhere. They're using good RAM in this one. What are those running at? No bloatware. I will believe it when I see it. It's an X570 Pro. That's nice they put that there. So I'm pretty sure this is an Asus board. Let's see here. There's that NVMe right there, but it looks like there's another one right here you could use. So you could actually upgrade this down the road. That is a network card. Or is that an audio card? Hey, there's the RAM speed. It doesn't say, but what's the Ethernet looking like? It doesn't really say anything about this. This is interesting about Skytech, is every time I've seen them, even before I was looking at pre-builts, there are certain things I couldn't find. There's another picture of those Trident Zs. It was just kind of weird. Like, I feel like this is a good company on some things that they do, but then there are just these weird things where I can't find what Ethernet is going on. Is this 1 gig? I mean, I could probably backtrace it if I could look at the motherboard. Prime Series Asus. There's 2 different pictures. That's 2 different AIOs. All that work for nothing. This says X570 Pro on it, but this is also a different motherboard. Okay, I think I know what's going on. These are just pictures of examples they have. Not all of them will look the same. Depending on when it was built, it'll have a different motherboard due to availability. Okay, I got it. That makes a whole lot more sense. Alienware is Dell's gaming-centric brand for computers. So it's always very interesting to see what they do. They are also exceptionally well at selling you warranty plans. So this is a Ryzen 7 5800. There's no X or anything, so I'm assuming this is not an APU. 16 gigabytes DDR4, 1 terabyte SSD. I'm going to assume it's an NVMe. RTX 3080, so that does mean that is an X. Liquid cooled, low hash rate. Cool. So you can't use this for mining. Liquid cooled, VR ready, killer Wi-Fi 6. Because there's 2 kinds of Wi-Fi 6. There's the normal Wi-Fi 6 that isn't killer, and there's the killer Wi-Fi 6. Oh my god. Well, it's using an AIO. I'd like a better picture. And please tell me that's not the motherboard you're using. No, that's just the rendered picture. So this is how their cooling works. It's very interesting. So it's all going in the front here and the side, and then it goes out the front, the top, and the back. I haven't used these. I have a couple people that I know that have used these. They said they like them. I haven't used them myself. I'm told that Alienware is not very user-friendly when it comes to upgradability, and it does say AMD, NVIDIA on this, right? Yeah, okay. Wow, I am just having all sorts of trouble. When it comes to upgradability and things like that. For instance, just locking what parts you use. If you use different parts, it will just lock the computer so you can't turn it on. I have heard that. It hasn't said what speed the RAM is. Why does this say 6600 XT and this say 3080 LH low hash rate? I get everything consistent, please. Mid-size chassis, not bad. What is the RAM running at? 3466. That is the most odd memory speed I've seen. It also doesn't say anything about the power supply, I'm noticing. Does it say anything here? Why is it giving a maximum display rating of 1366 by 780 for this when it has a 3080? A 3080 should be able to do 4K. I know that for a fact because my 3070 Ti can do 4K. You know, I knew this was going to be rage-inducing. I didn't know it was going to be this rage-inducing. We still have 3 more to go. Let's power through this, guys. No. Not even gonna. That is not, no. Okay, Skytech again. You know what? I will take your dwarfism another time. This is the same picture from last time, too, I think. It's just in a white case. No, it's a different one. It's because it's AMD. 3100 RX 5. I am going to bet you that that's probably not a good graphics card, and I would not pay this much for it. Hey, look, HP Pavilion again. Okay, 32 gigs of RAM, 1 terabyte SSD, and 2 terabyte hard drive. All right, already doing good. 10400F, so 10th gen i5. Locked. Comes with a keyboard and mouse. I bet you it's trash. USB-C, DisplayPort, HDMI. Do I get to see? Oh. That's an SSD. It's an SD card reader. 1, 2, 3, 4 at USBs, audio, and a power button, and that is a USB-C. Okay, it was hard to tell. 4 pictures of the front, nothing of the back, which is where you put the actual display port. Is someone nice enough to give me some love? So what's this RAM speed? Please don't be 2666. It says it's expandable, so you should be able to upgrade it. Same with the hard drive and SSD. You should be able to upgrade those. So they at least are saying that they are for upgradability down the road. Nothing about RAM speed at all. Nothing about power supply, but I'm what's this using again? A 3060? Probably a 650. If that was my guess. It would probably is using a 650. I don't know for sure. Nothing says. And that worries me. So this was supposed to be like me just showing you some suggestions on suggestions on pre-builts. But what this turned into was a torture session for me. When it comes down to buying a pre-built, it can be really hard. You have to be careful. There are some brands that are really good pre-built companies. From my knowledge, Skytech is actually a pretty reliable one. I've very rarely heard problems with them. CyberPower PC is another one I've heard to be pretty good, as well as NZXT and iBuyPower. Yeah, they're all going to have what I've called before bloatware, which is just programs that you don't need. You can very easily just delete those and get some good storage back together, as well as get some much needed performance back, because those do tend to take away from performance of your computer. There are other things to do with that, but we'll talk about that in a later video. Thank you guys again for tuning in. Don't forget to like the video if you like the video, and subscribe to the channel. Also, link is down below to the merch store. Go get some merch, and maybe one day I'll be able to afford one of those $5,000 pre-built computers that I would never use. You know what? Go check out the PC budget option videos I did. That way you guys could actually build a computer that does as good as most of those pre-builts, if not significantly better, for significantly cheaper, depending on which one you go with. Thank you guys again for tuning in, and have a good day.